Hello everyone, Arrash Jaffarzadeh here with a quick lesson on how you can use Windows to import your images from your camera or device to a folder on your laptop or computer. Now this lesson will work with Windows 7, which is what I'm displaying it on, but you can also try it on Windows 8, Windows Vista, and even Windows XP. It'll be a little different, but the concepts will remain the same. To start out, you're going to want to attach your device, whether it's your camera with a USB cable or your SD or USB flash drive. I'm going to go ahead and plug in my device to my computer's USB port, and usually you'll get an autoplay option that will appear for you. You can see the window appeared automatically, and there's two things we're going to look at here, two ways of importing images. The first way is to import pictures and videos using Windows. The second way is going to be manually by opening the folder to view the files. We'll stop up here where it says Import Pictures and Videos. When I select this option, a small window will appear and it says Import Pictures and Videos. I can tag these images if I choose to, and what that'll do is that it'll help me find the images later after I'm done with them. So I'm just going to write here Summer Trip. You can also play with your import settings. I won't go into too much detail here, but essentially, you can choose where you want the pictures to be imported to. You can select what you want the folder name to be, and some other things. Generally, you can just leave this as a default. By default, it's going to name the folder that it gets imported to as the date that you're importing them, as well as the tag you chose. So in my case, it would say 2013-1209, and then the name of the tag, which was Summer Trip. So I'm going to leave all that alone, but you can play with it if you wish. I'm going to click Import, and it's going to go through. Notice that you can click this box to erase the pictures after importing them. I'll leave mine unchecked. Once it's done, you can see it automatically open the window, and it shows all of the images that I imported from my device. It named them as well. 0, it starts at 1, and it continues to go up depending on how many images you had. It also showed the path. That's the way you find out where the image was saved. You can see it was saved on my hard disk drive, signified by the letter C, users, Jaffarzadeh, that's me, and my pictures, which is where it's located. In fact, if I close this window, I can go over to my Start menu, click on Start, go up to Jaffarzadeh, or directly to my pictures library here, and see the folder appear right there. 2013-12-9 Summer Trip. If I double click it, I can see all the files in here. I can also double click on the individual pictures and preview them. In the preview, it shows me the image using Windows Photo Viewer. You can print the images, email them, burn them to disk. I won't go too much into that stuff during this lesson. But down below, you have some limited options as to how you can edit your image. I can rotate my image. I can skip through the different images in the library, in the pictures I just downloaded in the folder. I can create a slideshow and show it to your family or whoever. And you can zoom in and out on the image. You can also delete the image by pressing X. Now that's one way of importing my image. Another way you can do the same task is to go to Start, click on Computer, double click on your USB flash drive, disk, or camera, and usually the images are in a folder called DCIM. Not always, but generally that's what you would find them in. If I double click it, I can see all my images here. I can also change the preview size, thumbnail size. I can change it to large icons, and it'll show me small thumbnails of each of those images. From here, I can simply highlight them all, click them, and drag them right to my pictures library here, or I can go to Start once more, click on Pictures to open the folder, and put them side by side. I'm going to drag this all the way to the left and do what's called snapping. If you drag it all the way to the left, if you drag the bar at the top all the way to the left or the right, it'll do what's called snapping, and this works with Windows 7 and up. From here, I can just click and drag these images over here, or I can create a new folder and put them in the folder. I won't go to too much detail there, but I think you get the picture. So So I'm going to go ahead and close that since we've already imported them. I don't need to do it again. And we're going to talk now about resized images. Now, why do we even need to resize them? If you're printing them, you don't really need to resize them. Printing requires a higher resolution, and you're going to want to leave it alone. But if I'm going to upload these to the web or email them, having a low file size can be problematic. Therefore, we need to resize them. And I'll illustrate this point by opening one of them in a program called Photoshop. I'm going to go ahead and double click here, and I'll just open one of these images here in Photoshop. So I'm going to open with Photoshop. You don't need Photoshop, but I just want to illustrate a point for you. So now I have this image opened in Photoshop here. It looks like it's an okay size. It's not too big. Seems to fit well on my desktop. But if I go ahead and go up here to View and click on Actual Pixels, you can see that the image is actually much bigger. It's not small at all. And if you're uploading this, it'll take a long time to upload it, and it'll take a long time for your visitors, your website visitors, or the person accessing the email to download it. So if it's not necessary for it too big, it's better if we resize it. Remember, your images are made up of small, tiny blocks called pixels. And if you have a lot of these pixels, you have a higher image quality, higher resolution. But sometimes it's not necessary to have such high resolution as the case. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. We don't need this open. And instead, I'm going to show you how you can use Windows Live Photo to alter your image size. I'm going to go to the Start menu, type in Windows Live Photo Gallery, and you can see it appears right over here. I'll click the program to open it, and you'll get a preview of some of the images that are already in your library. I'm going to go ahead and click on the folder I created earlier with you today. From here, you can see the images that we downloaded or downloaded to my computer, imported to my computer. What I need to do is select the ones I want to resize. I just need to click the little check mark on each of these images, or you can highlight the ones that you want, or you can press Control A to select all of them, or you can hold Control and select them one at a time. There's so many different ways to do it, but either way, select all the images that you want to have uploaded, or excuse me, resized. Now, once I've done that, I'm going to go up here to File. I'm going to click on Resize, and I'll get this little pop-up that appears. You're going to need to choose the size. Generally, medium is a pretty good size for the web. If you want to go a bit smaller, you can choose 800. But with experience, you'll kind of get a feel for how big these images are. This is a decent size image. It's fairly big, or medium, I guess, in this case. But let's go ahead and choose medium. And if you find that they're too big, you can always go back and repeat this process. It's also going to ask where you want to save it to. I'm going to click on Browse, and in my case, I have to create a new folder. So currently, I'm in the Summer Trip folder. I'll click Make New Folder, and I'll name it Small Images, and I'll click Enter, and then click OK. And so you can see now it's going to save those resized images in my Small Images folder. So the originals will remain untouched. I'll click Resize and Save. It's going to go through and resize them all for me. You can see them all here now. And I can also go take a look at them by going to Start and going to Pictures and find them inside the Small Images folder. So that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. I'd be happy to help you, and we'll see you next time.